It's the most iconic piece of clothing in the world. It's worn by rock bands, movie stars, presidents, and prime ministers. And what is it? The humble pair of jeans.
People just love jeans. Like, apparently we sell nearly 2 billion pairs a year.
In Britain, 3 pairs get sold every second.
But I have a love-hate relationship going on with jeans. Like, I do love them, but I find them so hard to buy that it kind of puts me off a bit.
If you look at all the Girls Aloud videos, you'll never see me in jeans. And any photos of me wearing any are really old. I'm just not mad on them.
I kind of have like jeans for different times. Like if I'm feeling in a good place, I'll wear those jeans. If I'm feeling not so great, I'll wear those. And I think people do that.
So I'm going on a mission around the world to discover denim. I'll find out the history, the fashion, who wears what jeans and how they're made, and why we love them. And hopefully find myself the perfect pair.
I want to find out how, in a world of millions of jeans, you're supposed to find the right pair.
I've had these for ages, and these are kind of like Old Faithfuls. These that are a bit more kind of boyfriend, loose-fitting, high-waisted flare variety. I've got absolutely loads of jeans. I don't actually wear them that much. But I've had to pack a couple of pairs as we're off to Heathrow to begin our jean journey. I think we need to go to America really to find out like the real history and where they came from, why they were ever invented, why they're kind of the only piece of wardrobe that everybody still wears all the time. It's one of those weird things, isn't it? You've got trousers, shorts, and jeans have got their own area. We're flying to America, and first stop, San Francisco. Spent a little bit of time in America, but only really LA and New York. It's mainly been for work, and you don't really get to see that much, do you? We're just about to cross over the Golden Gate Bridge into San Francisco. It looks amazing, and I've never been before, so I'm excited to see what it's like. We've come to San Fran as it's where the first ever pair of jeans was made. I can't actually remember my first pair, and I sort of stole them from my sister. They were hand-me-downs, but actually the pair that I eventually got from her were a pair of 501s that she'd had kind of handed down to her, but they were so much nicer than the new ones. Levi Strauss came to San Francisco in March 1853 when the city was the gateway to the gold rush.
Levi's Plaza. We are in the right place.
Levi HQ is still a few blocks from its first ever store, and now even has its own museum and historian, Lynn Downey.
Welcome!
Nice
Welcome to
meet
Levi's
you.
World Headquarters.
Young Mr. Strauss began selling clothes to the prospectors and miners, but they kept wearing out, so he made a new pair of work overalls made from the heaviest cotton he could find, denim, but put together with metal rivets.
Yes. Super secrets.
And so the first jeans were born, and some still exist deep in the Levi vaults.
This is the company archives.
Right.
And we are going to start with this big blue thing over here. I'm not going to let you film the combination. Okay, no, okay.
Not allowed to look at the combination. I've got you back, Lynn. I'm
Okay.
shielding the camera.
All right, thank you, Kimberly. All right, here we go.
Wow.
This is about $500,000 worth of vintage denim in this safe right here.
Wow.
Well, the first jeans were called overalls. And the trajectory of jeans from the very beginnings in the 19th century to today very much does parallel the history of America. They started off as workwear. So if you're a cowboy, you're a miner, you're a railroad engineer, you're going to wear the riveted denim pants that Levi Strauss & Company created. I'm going to start you off with the Holy Grail. It's the oldest pair of jeans in the world. Oh,
How
yes,
old?
they are. They're from about 1879. And we invented the blue jean in 1873. It's the closest you're going to get to the original blue jean. These are worth about $150,000.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is what real old 19th century denim looked like. It is literally the oldest pair of jeans in the world. This is 501. This is the earliest version of 501.
Not all the 501s have this little thing on the back, though.
This is the old days. You had to hold your pants in with the little buckle, and you held them with braces or suspenders.
What's this little extra little pocket about? I've always wondered.
It's called the watch pocket or the coin pocket.
Right.
And a 19th century pocket watch fits perfectly right here.
Okay.
And also could be used for a book of matches. So it was always a part of the jeans. It's still a part of the jeans. By the 1950s, you get both like students wearing the jeans to school in the West,
right,
and then you see a lot of people coming out to go to Western dude ranches in the West, and also Hollywood becomes really a popularizer of blue jeans.
It's that old devil called love.
I heard that Marilyn Monroe sort of started the whole fashion trend for women wearing them by wearing a pair of men's jeans. Is that true, do you think?
I'm sure she contributed to that because in the Misfits, Marilyn Monroe, I'm pretty sure, was wearing 501 and not the Lady Levi's.
Yes.
But that was really the reason to even create these, because women had worn their men's jeans forever.
Right.
So it finally dawned on us, hey, why don't we make a pair of jeans for women?
For women, yeah, because it was almost like they were unisex, I suppose.
Exactly,
People would
exactly.
wear men's ones.
Here they are. Lady Levi's. God. From about 1937.
Yeah, because they look like the kind that... There's a picture of Marilyn Monroe in there with the white T-shirt and the...
They look great on you. What you have is this post-war generation who decided to look at jeans and say, jeans aren't just for my dad to wear to work. These are for me to wear to school. These are for me to wear to have fun in. Because denim as a fabric suddenly became the fabric for playwear. And then when the baby boomer kids are moving into the 1960s and protesting against the Vietnam War and protesting for civil rights in America, what they're doing by wearing jeans is they're identifying with the working class in America. It was a way for white middle-class kids to say, I'm going to show solidarity. But here's something that I could definitely never have worn to school in the 1970s.
Wow. That's amazing.
Isn't that wild? Cute little
I
play
wore
suit.
a pink version of something like this on tour once. Maybe not anymore. It was interesting that she went through a timeline of American history, and there was like a pair of jeans to link to quite important movements in the culture of America, and you're like, God, you don't really think of it. When she's showing us all the old jeans, they look like any you could buy from a high street shop, don't they? And it is hard to get your head around the fact that they're hundreds of, however many years old. Shall we walk?
The second-hand boutiques of San Fran are a great place to shop, because for me, it isn't always a pleasant experience.
To be honest, these days I do a lot of the old internet shopping because it's sort of more hassle than it's worth sometimes to go like into Oxford Street or whatever and try and shop.
Buying old denim is a big business, and Madeline Harmon runs a shop that sells only vintage. But a word of warning, they're not cheap.
Hi, Madeline. Kimberly, nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good.
None of these are crazy. Like on average, most of these are probably around $10,000.
$10,000.
Some are less.
So who would come and buy these?
Some of these are
'cause-
personal, and some of these would be worn for design. I think it's more about wearing something being connected to the past, which a lot of people are no longer connected to.
What's the most expensive pair of jeans that you found and managed to sell then?
The stuff that really excites me is like the Steve McQueen when I get to hold his stuff.
Right.
I mean, I had his jacket. I mean, I don't know. A lot
100,000?
on this table, we have probably $200,000 sitting here, but there's no security guard.
Yeah, it's
There's like
crazy.
probably $3 million in denim here, right? But no one would know.
Have you got any of the classic 501s to look at? You see, they look like they could look like nice jeans.
Those would look cool on you.
Did they set me back 10,000 or something?
No, those are probably only 600. Why don't you try a pair of 501s that aren't crazy expensive?
Okay, we need to say goodbye to you for a minute.
This time, maybe I'll be
They look really cute. I think you'll actually be surprised how they look.
Yeah, I think we're going to go for the loose, comfortable. Do you know what I always do when they've got rips? Put my foot through the rips.
He just doesn't know how to say how he feels.
These look like men's jeans. So do you reckon in 100 years' time people will still wear jeans?
Yeah, absolutely.
So do I.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
We are now heading about 3 hours out of town from San Francisco further north to a place called Red Bluff. We're going to try and meet some real cowboys here, and I think it's a place where people still wear jeans because they have to, because they're doing active jobs and they're horse riding. She's really got some tips from Sarah before I came, because she's really good at horse riding, but maybe that'll be the fun of it all. The nearest I've got to a pair of cowboy boots is Uggs, which is not really very practical. We are nearly, apparently, at the farm where we're going to meet some cowboys. It's meant to only be like half a mile down this road. There's a big stream running across it. Someone going to actually step in there and see how deep it is. I mean, it's very picturesque, but there's no cowboys here. So do we know where we're going now? Yeah?
I think we should go left then up into town. I think town has to be that way. I mean, if we're going to Pasquenta Road,
is
it's
he
that
got?
way.
I thought we were on
It was that
Pasquenta
way.
like half an hour ago.
Looks like my search for jeans has been replaced by a search for cowboys. I'm on the hunt for the perfect pair of jeans, and it's taken me to the US and California's cowboy country. Cowboys and their jeans help build America, which is why I want to know why denim matters to them.
Hello. I'm Tim.
Nice to meet you. Kimberly.
Nice to meet you, Kimberly. So you're here to ride?
Yeah, I would like to ride, but I've only got these boots with me.
I think we can fix you up.
Cowboy Tim is taking me horse riding, but what he doesn't know is I haven't been on a horse in over 10 years, and the last time I did, I was thrown off.
Get you a little closer to him. You can get a little closer to him, they don't kick you so hard. And just kind of stick your foot up in here.
These are not made for riding, these jeans. I can't get that hang up.
You can get up there. There you go. There you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Let me kind of give you a little boost. There you go. Okay. Okay. Now I want you to grab both these. Okay. Let me get up there beside you.
Sarah, help me.
Kind of pick up on those reins a little bit. There you go. Just relax. You're fine. Come on, Bill.
Poor Bill doesn't know what I'm trying to tell him to do. It's quite hard. What do you look for in a jean then?
Comfortable is what you look for. The
Yeah.
low rise would cut into my hips more,
they're
and I
just
just
not.
don't have as much room in them.
Yeah, they're not practical, but I mean, these are the only ones that I had, because in England, really, we only wear them for, like
Right.
fashion, like going out.
Well, you
and
have
just-
to make a new fashion now.
Yeah. The low-rise jeans didn't really work. They were so tight, I couldn't actually even lift my leg up to get on there. And then when I was on the horse, I was exposing a little too much at the back. I think I can see why they go for the high-waisted, slightly looser fitting jeans. He was saying something about there's not enough crotch room to get on and off the horse, and if you're riding all day, it was like, you don't want to be hot, tired and sweaty on a horse all day. I was like, that's too much information, but thanks anyway.
I've had the same jeans on for 4 days now.
I think I'll leave the horse riding to the experts, because that night I did retire a bit saddle sore.
I'm dressing down.
Morning. I actually don't feel too out of place in there though, to be honest. Everyone in the hotel looks like this, so it's fine. Today we are going to a rodeo. Actually, the best rodeo, apparently. To be honest, I've never been to anything like this, so I have no idea what to expect, but I know there'll be lots of people wearing jeans.
As long as there's been American West, there's been cowboys. There are still 10,000 working cowboys today, a third of whom make their living at rodeos. The Red Bluff Rodeo is one of California's biggest, and over 3 days, 500 cowboys and girls come to ride, or fall off, a selection of enormous farm animals.
So you want to know the running order?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll start off with our first section of bareback.
How long can someone stay on for if they're doing that?
All they have to ride for is 8 seconds.
Okay.
Okay?
I bet that seems like a lifetime.
It's an eternity. And then we'll move into tie-down roping.
And does it all move quite quickly? Is it like quite fast-paced?
It'll probably take us about 3 hours. If you leave your seat to get a beer, you've missed a lot.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
So, and does everyone wear jeans to ride in? Do people
To be
wear
in this
different
arena,
stuff?
you must have a cowboy hat and you must have a long sleeve shirt.
And jeans.
These cowboys are the elite and can earn hundreds of thousands of dollars if they can hold on long enough. The 8-second rule is designed to protect the animals from getting stressed. No one seems to worry about the cowboys, though.
Seriously, what the hell?
What you're watching in a bucket horse.
Given the amount of wear and tear, for every cowboy, his or her choice of jean is very important.
What jeans do you wear usually? Wranglers? Yeah? Are they the best jeans for cowboys?
You bet.
Yeah?
Extra butts, let's do it.
Ah, I see. Yeah. See, they are bothered about the fashion still.
Yeah, buddy. Go on with it, go on with it, don't leave it. Now the man you're watching lives probably...
How long does a pair of jeans last when you're riding on the bulls?
It lasts maybe, 6 months.
A cowboy's jean is designed specifically for riding.
We hear that cowboys always wear jeans, is that true? Is that the best thing to ride in?
That is the best thing to ride in, yeah. Shorts are not optional.
Practical.
They have higher pockets and wider belt loops.
Today I'm wearing a pair of diamond jeans. Gives you a lot of room to move around, a little extra rock space.
They also have flat rivets, so not to scratch the saddle, and they're made with extra large zips as they all wear gloves. Who knew?
When I'm checking out a cowboy, I'm looking at his butt. I want his jeans to be filled out. I want his butt to be looking nice.
It was crazy, to be honest, but fun as well. It was just like a festival, really, but instead of a gig, there was livestock involved.
It's nearly sundown when we hit the trail and leave Red Bluff and the cowboys for the City of Angels.
I was a bit sad to leave the cowboys. It felt like we'd been sort of transported to another world almost, but I quite liked it. We are just arriving in sunny LA, so this is going to be basically the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
LA is the home of Hollywood, fashionistas, and premium denim. They make the most expensive and the coolest jeans in the world here.
Looks like the red Mustang.
But as it's LA, first thing I need is a set of wheels.
Sorted? Yeah. Let me get in and then I'll see if I need to ask anything else. You just don't want to get out. How do I even get it to go into drive?
You have to make sure your foot's on the brake to shift.
Yep, it's on now.
You got the brake on?
Yeah, not working, is it?
Are we on? We're not on.
No, maybe not. I thought it didn't feel
You have to turn the car on.
Okay, great.
Sorry. Beverly Hills, here we come.
I feel like we're on one of those tours, around the Beverly Hills mansions, and I'm your tour guide for the day.
Last time I was in LA, I was shooting a video with the girls.
Basically, we've been doing album tour, like promotional cycle for 7 years without any breaks at all, apart from maybe, a week holiday or whatever. So we thought it seemed like the right time to just take a little break. Once we're back together, it'll just seem like we've never been away, but at the moment, yeah, we do miss each other.
The first premium denim brand I'm going to meet made their name by collaborating with a member of another rather famous girl band.
Michael?
Yes.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for agreeing to chat to us.
Hi, I'm Andrea.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Rock and Republic shot to fame when they worked with Victoria Beckham on a range of skinny jeans.
When did it become like such a big fashion item that you had to spend $200 to get?
Well, you know, it started here in LA, and it started with a brand called Earl Jeans.
Yes.
Remember back then, the first $100 jeans? The girl who started that was in the industry, and she couldn't find anything that fit her. Premium denim's been around for a long time, but in different incarnations, primarily here in LA. So LA's kind of been the hub of premium denim for some time.
So
it
how
happened
did
quick.
the whole Victoria Beckham thing come about? She came to you.
This limo pulls up, and this little thing with huge lungs comes hopping out. I had no idea who she was.
No.
Andrea comes out and says, Victoria Beckham wants to meet you. I'm like, for what? Well, Victoria wants us to work with her and develop some jeans. I'm like, why? I said, do I get to hang out with David?
Yeah, I said yes.
They're like, yes,
I'll sway a little bit.
And he's like, okay, I'll do it.
But David's great.
David's lovely, isn't he?
Love that
Seems
guy.
lovely.
Yeah.
He's great.
What size do you go up to in women's jeans?
For women's, we go up to size 32. We do make maternity jeans.
Maternity jeans,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
And a lot
we
of
do.
fat women wear them too.
Well,
We found out.
Okay,
Really?
some heavier girls were wearing our maternity because the way we designed them, they don't look like a typical maternity jean. And I remember one of our department stores called and they wanted to put a reorder in for the maternity, and I was like, is everyone having a kid?
Yeah.
Like, well, that's so strange. And then the salespeople said, well, no, you know, a lot of these larger girls, they can't wear really designer
Larger
kind
than
of
fat.
jeans. Thank you
much
for
more
interpreting.
complimentary way of saying it.
You know, instead of wearing like a men's version of the jeans, so they
Yeah.
were wearing all of the maternity jeans.
I did find it a little bit shocking that they only go up to a 32. So it's definitely a brand for slimmer girls, you know what I mean? Like, I never really thought about it, but that does, it makes it quite inaccessible to quite a lot of people, I think.
It seems Rock and Republic, like a lot of premium jean brands, are only made for a perfect or skinny body shape, which just isn't the average girl. But the industry is changing, and the change is coming from the most unlikely of sources. Inspired by his sister, who could never find a pair to fit, rapper Nelly launched his own jeans range, Apple Bottoms. Bling in style, but curvy in fit.
I think that gives it away, but even the mannequins have got a bit of fun going on.
I'm at the Design HQ, but sadly, Nelly can't make it.
Guy's name. No, not Nelly. Ed. Hi, Ed.
Kimberly, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Great to see
Nice to
you.
meet
Welcome. Nelly's thinking that there's a market out there for sexy, curvy, women who really, at this point, didn't have a jean that Nelly thought was really taking care of them. At the time, there was, the real tight-fitting look, and then there was kind of like the more missy look, we'll say,
Right, yeah.
and it wasn't really something in
Lucent,
between. And not only that, but also a more premium product.
Right.
So it was a combination of bringing a premium product with a fit that is really aimed for a curvy, sexy woman.
People are gonna know that it's out there. Obviously, name checks it in the song.
That was it. I mean, having Nelly's notoriety certainly helped. But at the end of the day, the product has to be, to be premium. It has to meet the expectations of the consumer.
Very different to any of the other jeans that we've looked at, like very bling, much more driven by pop music, rap music and all of that. I'm just not sure if this style's a little bit alienating to certain people. I know I wasn't too sure about it.
The other thing that marks out premium denim is the price. With some costing over £300 a pair, what goes into the making of a designer jean?
I like shopping, but I'm not ridiculous with it. I'm quite sensible, actually, when it comes to money. So I think I choose quite wisely where I, spend a lot of money, bags and shoes and stuff. If I'm going to buy something like that, then it'll be something that'll kind of last for a long time.
So if I'm buying a pair of premium jeans, price does put me off. J Brand make their jeans here in LA, and I want to know exactly why they cost so much.
Hi, Jeff.
Okay, hello.
Kimberly, nice
Kimberly,
to meet you.
pleasure to
Thanks for
meet
letting
you.
us come down here today. Wow, so
Pleasure.
you've got a few different styles of jeans going on.
We have a lot of styles of jeans. We got prepared
Wow,
for you.
yeah.
There's some sort of mystique about working with denim. You know, it washes down. It's got a character.
Yeah.
And denim, you know, never slows down selling it. Like we say, when Coca-Cola stops selling, we'll worry about denim in America. It's that iconic.
I wonder, is it the way they're made that makes them so expensive?
It's interesting to watch how a jean is made.
Yeah.
Because it's done in lines. This is the backs, and here are the fronts. So what happens is the backs get joined on the side to the fronts, and then you've got something like this machine here, and when an operator did the pocket, it crimps it, it takes it and, you know, pulls it underneath, puts the shape, and it's a very difficult part of sewing a jean. It's a small piece.
That bit.
But the little coin pocket is also done on these machines.
Okay. He's making it look easy, but to keep it straight like that. Like he's actually controlling that himself.
Once they're put together, it's off to the wash house where all the looks are created. It's an amazing process putting all the details on the jeans. Every pair has each crease or whisker individually ironed in. Then comes the sanding.
Right.
This is where they get that faded look we all want. They distress the denim to look aged in exactly the right places. Even the edges are filed to look warm.
Do you just remember where to do it? Like.
Finally, they're washed over and over, with or without stones, to get the colour and finish absolutely right.
That was so interesting. I actually could have just wandered around there for hours. I couldn't believe they had people like with basically a nail file sanding the edges off the top of your jeans just to make them look a little bit worn. Everything's done by hand, and it's amazing. It really just makes you think that you can sort of see why you do pay £200. Sometimes they've been through quite a lot to get to the shop.
So I've seen how to make jeans in LA, and now I want to know how to buy them.
I find it really hard to get them to fit because of my shape and stuff. Like they're either too big around the waist or too tight on the bum, basically, and they never just fit perfectly.
Kimberly.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
I'm so excited to go jean shopping with you.
We're gonna go shopping.
There is a jean for every body type, so I think that's pretty amazing.
Jessica Pastor dresses the Hollywood A-list. Her clients include Mariah Carey, Jennifer Aniston, and Christina Aguilera. Let's hope she can help me.
Do you think it is quite overfacing for people to go out and buy them? Because I do.
It is intimidating to walk into a store and you see so many jeans because you feel that you need to try them on. You have to really know and feel comfortable in your own body and skin and not be delusional, because you'll be surprised how delusional people are. And be okay with your body and love your body, and then go out and go, you know what, this is the shape of my body, these are the jeans I want to wear, and educate yourself on jeans.
So we're scouring the shelves of LA's top stores for a pair to fit me.
The new trend for jeans are the G leggings, which, by the way, Sold has them.
Okay, we call them jeggings in England.
Jeggings, I love that.
Yeah, it works, doesn't it?
That's amazing. J Brand makes one.
These look comfy,
Sold
actually.
makes one, and Alice and Olivia makes one.
Jessica has promised she can find me the perfect pair. But things don't quite go to plan when I see the jeans she's chosen for me.
I don't want your jeans, we're the one black.
Forget about looking for jeans. We have 5 minutes to do this. Connect me to Weatherly so they could have the jeans ready. I don't want a skinny jean. I want like a black jean, like a straight leg jean. Will you get everything ready and just, we'll return them back in about 45 minutes. Thank you. Tell her hurry up, bye.
I done ran into my baby.
Those are not good size?
Every single pair she pulls out are the LA super skinny look. I really don't like them.
Did you just get me 29s?
So, Kimberly, did you finally find a pair of jeans?
After about 50 million pairs.
Those are cute.
These sort of work, yeah.
These are cute.
Yes, quite tight, but yeah, they're good.
Yeah, but they look hot on you.
And
this outfit's adorable. You do not have a love affair with jeans at all.
I kind of just feel like, does everybody have this problem, or is it just us? We'll just go back to the comfortable skirts and dresses one hour.
Well, they do look beautiful on you. At least now you have a great pair of new shoes.
Yes.
And we will burn these.
They were all really tight, skinny jeans, like legging type ones. And I know they don't fit me already. They don't suit me, so I suppose she had a hard job because I was already against the idea before I even started.
Once again, trying to find a pair of jeans is really painful.
I think buying a pair of jeans for a woman is just one of those things that's not very pleasant to do. It's almost like you have to psych yourself up to go jeans shopping.
So the hunt for the perfect pair goes on, and it's time to widen the search. Most of us don't buy premium denim, we buy on the high street, choosing from a few major brands. New York City is the home to the biggest names in jeans. And none more iconic than Tommy Hilfiger.
We flew through the night from LA, got about 20 minutes sleep, but we're going to the Tommy Hilfiger flagship store on Fifth Avenue.
Tommy helped bring designer jeans onto the high street.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to
Hi,
see you.
Tommy. Nice to
Welcome.
meet you. Thanks for letting us come down.
Come into our denim den.
Yes.
You know, when I started my business in 1969, you could not wear jeans to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You could not wear jeans to any sort of social occasion. They were taboo. And even there were signs at the door of certain clubs and restaurants, no jeans.
So do you think that you've evolved your design style to make it more of a timeless pair of jeans?
Over that time,
Yeah.
they went from bell bottoms to flares to straight legs. In the middle of the 80s, they went back to really skinny punk. You know, black jeans like the Ramones or the Sex Pistols.
A lot of
would have
people
worn.
wear those now in England a lot.
Yeah, drains.
Yeah.
They're all in a cycle. You know, something will be in style today,
Yeah.
go out of style, and then 5 years from now, reappear.
Yeah.
Everyone wants their jeans to look amazing, regardless of the price. So how do you make jeans for a mass market that look as good as the latest designer pair?
I think Gap is obviously slightly more affordable. It's a bit more like a mainstream across the board retailer. So it'll be interesting to see how they see denim and how they kind of achieve that level for a bit of a cheaper price. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to see you. How's the
Nice
world?
office you've got here.
Yes, have a seat. Let's sit and
Okay.
talk. Because of my size, I was able to actually work with amazing fabrics and change the way that the denim market was behaving.
You think you've got something for everyone?
I actually believe in 7 different women. And because I saw that there were 7 different needs out there and 7 different body types that we needed to talk to. And I make sure there's excitement in all of that.
The US jeans market is worth over $14 billion a year. So this is big business.
Well, we live in a denim culture now, and we live in a place where people wear denim wherever they possibly can.
Yeah.
And are truly forced to not wear denim in the places. And now that's I think, an old way of looking at the world when you see a restaurant or hotel that tells you you can't wear denim in the lobby or you can't wear denim. You sort of look at that and say,
You
it's
look
sort of
down
old.
on
Yeah,
them a bit. You're like, really?
You're a bit old-fashioned.
It's that middle ground that they've found, I suppose. To be honest, I reckon it's probably people that are not so bothered about the label that they're buying, but they want a certain level of quality because they want it to last. So I think it's more practical. They do try to design things that are a little bit fashion forward, but I think still very safe. You can't really come to New York without coming to Central Park, and we had a good excuse to look for people's jeans. You look around, nearly everybody's got jeans on. which is something that you don't really realise until you're looking for it, but when you actually do, it's like there's skinny jeans, baggy jeans, ripped jeans, jean shorts, just like a million different types of jeans, and if you're not wearing jeans, you sort of stick out.
So how do we choose the jeans we buy? Style and price are important, but what gets us in the shop to start with? Advertising. I know how they're designed, how they're made, and the only thing I don't know is how they're sold. New York is the home of advertising, and the selling of jeans has created some of the most iconic adverts of all time.
You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing.
Advertising used to be about billboards, magazine ads, and TV spots, but all that's changing.
I don't think there's one jeans advertisement in Times Square. They don't really do that anymore, the big advertising campaigns. It's all much more discreet, like, you know, the odd thing in a magazine, or hoping that like an editor picks it out as their choice of the week, or celebrities just getting pictured in them. So obviously they don't spend the money on this anymore.
Hi,
Cindy.
Kimberly, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Cindy Gallup is an expert on advertising and worked for the agency responsible for perhaps the most famous jeans advert of all time.
It was so enormously compelling, but in order to be effective advertising, the story had to be able not to work if you took the jeans out.
Right.
I.e., that was how fundamental the jeans had to be to the storyline, so it made you want to go and buy the jeans. That commercial was so powerful that at the time I was working in another ad agency, and I never wore jeans. Okay, because I felt jeans made me look fat. I was a wee bit overweight at the time, you know, so I just never wore jeans. And I took one look at that Nick Cayman commercial and I went straight out and bought myself a pair of Levi's 501s.
It seems like the whole marketing thing with jeans has changed a lot over the years.
Over time, the market has been absolutely flooded with denim that doesn't present itself distinctively enough, so the consumer is massively confused by all these different brands, and there's no reason to tell the difference between them. What the different makers of jeans brands have really lost sight of is that what sold Levi's all those years ago was giving Levi's meaning.
And what about all the other jean makers we've met? What do they think is the modern way to sell jeans?
But everything is social media now. I mean, that's really where the world is going. We have a Facebook and a tweet.
Twittering. You've got to, I suppose. It's a good way of
If you don't, it's like you don't exist.
The other way, it seems, is celebrity endorsement.
When a brand is building and the celebrities wear it, then it gets awareness. It's most important in the beginning for any brand.
Yeah.
That's where it makes a huge difference. She was the first. Angelina Jolie wore our black skinny. Another example is Kate Moss, who wore the Love Story. We went to a bell-bottom from the skinny.
Right.
When she wore it, Grazia and others, you know, it sold out on a weekend. And we said,
amazing, isn't it? The power of it.
Exactly.
But what does someone who's been in the business for over 40 years think about the new celeb-obsessed way designers are selling jeans?
Do you think that is still one of the most powerful ways to market and advertise, using sort of celebrity endorsement, even if they just wear them? Does it have an impact?
I think less so today than before, because I think the customer is so well tuned and well versed as to what he wants or what she wants. They're looking at the fabric, they're looking at the quality, they're looking at the fit, they're looking at the price, they're looking at everything, not just, okay, who's wearing it, because I think a lot of people pretty much get the idea that designers pay celebrities now quite a bit.
Some of the people we've spoken to, they're like, the person that wears our jeans is like this, and you know, and I'm like, really? I didn't buy into it.
No, the fashion industry is absolutely up its own arse on that front, big time. Because actually, all you have to do is open any fashion magazine, and along with the big fashion brands as well as the denim brands, if you took the brand name off, you couldn't tell who any of those ads were for. They're deluding themselves if they think their user and their brand is any different, because they're all approaching fashion marketing and advertising exactly the same way.
Yeah.
So we're leaving New York and heading home. Jeans may be synonymous with America, but in Europe and the UK, we have a pretty thriving denim scene ourselves.
We're back in London, been to America. We've sort of know about jeans, I think, over there, and now we've got to find out what the British take on it all is, I think.
In the UK, we didn't start making our own jeans until the late 60s. Before that, we just imported them. Pepe are one of Britain's biggest jean companies, and they began with a stall of imported denim on Portobello Market in the early 70s.
This is the birthplace of Pepe, that's right, isn't it?
It is, yeah, the birthplace of Pepe.
And where would the stall have been? Around here?
The stall was here, number 139, right here. They started to import jeans from America.
Right.
Levi's, Wrangler, that kind of thing. And in the 70s here, it was, I suppose, the hippie movement had just started. The fashion at the time was flares with the florals insert inside the flare, customizing.
Right.
So that's how they started, customizing other brands.
Although jeans began in America, in recent years, European brands like Diesel, Replay, and the UK's Pepe have become the new trendsetters.
So, yeah, I was speaking to some of the American labels, and you could sort of tell that they definitely respected the European brands and, you know, the kind of differences that they bring to the market.
Well, the strange thing as well is a lot of the American brands, they have European designers working there.
Right, okay.
Which I do find very strange.
Ah, well, that's a bit telling, isn't it?
Yeah, especially in New York.
Different areas in America require different types of jeans, I suppose.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you find that in Europe as well? Like,
oh, big. Yeah. There's a big difference between Scandinavia and Spain, for example.
Right.
There's an enormous difference. There's also different fits as well, different fits in the market. So yeah, you have a Latino body. Of course, you need a different fit.
Okay, so
you have a
do
German
that.
fit that's a lot squarer.
Ah, right.
So you have to accommodate in your range of your collection in fits.
Ah.
Different fits for different markets, and we
That's
do that a lot in
interesting.
Pepe. Yeah.
So you do have a Latino fit.
We do have a Latino fit.
Interested to have a look
bit of
at
a
those.
butt lifter.
Yeah, butt lifter. We've got a butt lifter, people. So I've been looking for the whole time. Do you find some of the American brands kind of trying to rip you off a little bit? Like, do you think
they're a good season
European...
behind? I think in Europe we are pretty much trendsetters.
Yes.
And then the rest of the countries follow.
The rest of the world follow, yeah.
So I'm finally home. I've been around the world in denim and tried on hundreds of pairs of jeans. So which are my favourites?
This is the fashion show part. These are the Gap jeans, which feel pretty good actually. The denim's actually really soft, but it doesn't look it, which is quite good. If you keep looking, if you try loads of different styles on, there will be something out there that'll fit you. It's just going to be painful on the way there, but it's fine. Yeah, these are the nearest I'm going to get to a skinny jean, and it takes a lot more effort, I can tell you, to get these on. I have learned quite a lot from the journey, and mostly I think I've learned that you just have to stick to a couple of brands that fit you, and if you find a style that fits you, then stick to it. I just enjoyed the journey so much, like going to Red Bluff, something I'll never ever get the chance to do again, and meeting the cowboys and sort of seeing their take on it was really quite amusing.
LA and New York were great, but I think there'll always be a little bit of my heart way out west with those cowboys and their blue jeans.
Money talks, but it don't sing and dance and it don't walk. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans.